time he locked me in containers with his shipment of kids. There were kids in there that didn't speak English. There were kids that were sick and that were already dying.
So there's a shocking video that making waves all over social media featuring an anonymous truck driver who claims he used to work for Diddy, and child, the tea he's spilling is dark. Now, before I dive into this mess, I need to emphasize that this is all alleged because, honey, this mysterious driver hasn't shown a single receipt yet. According to this wild story spreading online, this driver says he was promised some serious cash for 2 rides, half up front, we love that, and the rest after the job was done. But here's where it gets crazy. He was supposedly hauling some super secret cargo to Diddy's place, which apparently is conveniently tucked away near some shipping container spot. When they pulled up to Diddy's Detroit mansion, this man claims he and his colleague witnessed something that'll make your jaw drop. They allegedly saw crews unloading these heavily guarded, locked-up containers, and baby, their minds went to the darkest place possible. We're talking human cargo level dark.
The familiar sound of classic rock filled the cab. My partner sat beside me, staring out the window or occasionally glancing at the map. But as the night wore on, I started to hear something, faint at first, almost like a whisper. It was a muffled sound, coming from the trailer behind us. At first I thought it might just be the cargo shifting, but the longer I listened, the less it sounded like something natural. It was rhythmic, almost like a knock, and it sent a chill down my spine. When we stopped to switch drivers, I mentioned the sound to my partner. He nodded, his expression grim, and admitted he'd heard it too, but he brushed it off, saying it was probably nothing. "We're in the middle of nowhere," he said. "Sounds like that aren't unusual out here." His words didn't comfort me, but I decided to let it go. I grabbed a quick meal, climbed into the back of the cab, and tried to get some sleep.
Now listen, I need to remind y'all that this is just a story flying around the internet without a single piece of evidence to back it up. But if there's any truth to this mess, it lines up perfectly with everything we've been hearing from all these Diddy lawsuits. Take Ta Wallace's story. This aspiring singer-songwriter claims her nightmare journey into Diddy's alleged satanic world started with what seemed like a dream invitation from a Saudi prince. Can you believe it? She says she was flown from Los Angeles to Miami thinking she was about to step into some glamorous networking opportunity, but child, things supposedly took a terrifying turn the moment she walked into what Diddy called his f***-off party.
And we were meeting so many girls, and girls from Love and Hip Hop was coming in the house, and celebrities was there, and all of this stuff. But it started to get real weird, you know. It was a lot of drugs, and like, I don't do hard like that. Like, I was smoking weed, you know.
Y'all, Wallace didn't hold anything back. She spilled all the tea about what she claims she witnessed. According to her, this party was going all night long, not wrapping up until 7 a.m. But that's not even the wildest part. She says she saw little people dressed like Harajuku Barbies. In her words, they're all huddled up. But no, they were little people, dressed up like Harajuku Barbies, red lipstick, looking like real. And honey, the plot just keeps getting thicker. Ali Carter has been dropping these absolutely shocking claims against Shaw Diddy Combs. And let me tell you, the picture she's painting is disturbing. She's saying these weren't just your regular wild Hollywood parties. Oh no, she's calling them straight up satanic rituals where things went way left. In her words, they weren't offs, they were satanic rituals. Get it right, it wasn't just adults in these parties. Carter claims she was one of the innocent victims caught up in this nightmare. She alleges that as a child, she was transferred and thrown into these horrifying scenes at Diddy's parties, where supposedly the cream of the entertainment world gathered.
If there's a round of kids, it's the trafficker. P. Diddy gets a round of kids. Let's say that round of kids had Justin Bieber in it. There's contracts, okay? There's contracts for codes within that person.
But wait, it gets even messier. In a post on X, Carter isn't just calling out Diddy, she's pointing fingers at some of the biggest names in Hollywood. We're talking Oprah and Denzel Washington, suggesting they might have known what was really going down at these so-called parties.
The first time I met Oprah, I was 15 years old. I was taken by my to a house in Simi Valley. I didn't have to do anything with her. I met her. said a few words to me. She kissed me. She gave me an e-pill.
Kissed you how?
Tongue kiss.
A tongue kiss? And she gave you an e-pill. What is E?
Ecstasy.
Okay.
And Chiley, Carter isn't done. She's coming for CPS too, claiming they were part of this whole twisted system, basically feeding runaways right into it instead of protecting them. She's heated that everyone's so focused on the big celebrity names while ignoring all the little people caught in this mess. As she puts it, people think they can break into this industry and make it big, but they don't know what happens behind the scenes. Diddy's influence goes beyond the music. It's about controlling people's lives. Now, attorney Tony Busby just hit Diddy with 5 fresh lawsuits. This lawyer is representing over 120 accusers. Yes, you heard that right, 120 who claim Diddy did them dirty with all kinds of misconduct.
After vetting, we now represent 120 individuals who intend to bring civil claims in civil court against Sean Diddy Combs, as well as claims against many other individuals and entities that we will name as defendants as we file these individual cases.
This situation is so deep, they've assembled a whole army of legal eagles. We're talking Ava Law Group and some serious New York sharks from Curis Law filing these lawsuits. They went straight to Instagram to let everybody know they mean business. Busby even promised to tear down all the curtains and expose every bit of hidden dirt, saying, "We will expose the enablers who enabled this conduct behind closed doors. We will pursue this matter no matter who the evidence implicates."
5 new lawsuits include 3 men who say they were sodomized, 2 women who say they were assaulted at the ages of 17 and 18.
Y'all, the stories just keep coming. There's this one person talking about a Miami after party gone wrong, says he was just chilling with Diddy and his crew when someone handed him a spiked drink. Next thing he knows, he's coming to, and allegedly Diddy's there trying to make moves while he's barely conscious. But that's not even the worst part. There's a woman who was still in her teens when she claims Diddy her at one of those all-white parties. And another victim, a young woman who was just 18 when she met Diddy at a Halloween bash in NYC. She claims she was transferred across state lines, and things took a terrifying turn when she was led into a black SUV limo where Diddy and his security were waiting. Inside that car, she claims she was and forced into unspeakable acts while others watched. Diddy allegedly wasn't satisfied with that. She claims he made her go around the car at his command. But y'all, this is just scratching the surface. Diddy's facing nearly 24 other lawsuits, and Busby's been saying some of Diddy's alleged victims were minors.
As we speak here, there are a myriad of people who are very nervous. You can't hide skeletons in the closet forever. I would expect there are many people out there right now.
Word on the street is that Diddy lured these people in with huge promises of fame and fortune, getting them to come to his place thinking they were about to get their big break in showbiz, only to end up in a living nightmare. Busby says his team's got receipts. We're talking pictures, videos, texts, everything that he claims will expose all of Hollywood.
For each, we ask for the identity of witnesses. We also have collected pictures, videos, texts. We check venues, we check dates. We want to corroborate that the claims being made have legitimacy and merit.
But honey, Diddy isn't taking this lying down. He's denying everything and betting big on clearing his name in court. His attorney told Forbes back in October that Diddy and his legal team are confident the courts will prove his innocence. Mr. Combs has never assaulted anyone, adult, man, or woman. But here's where it gets even messier. While Busby's out here firing off lawsuits left and right, trying to pin down alleged victims of Diddy, he's caught some heat himself. Yeah, he's now facing a lawsuit claiming he's running an extortion game. Someone sued Busby, claiming the lawyer tried to shake them down with fake claims about stuff that supposedly went down at Diddy's parties.
Anonymous, a John Doe, Los Angeles quote-unquote celebrity who is suing Tony Busby for civil extortion and intentional infliction of emotional distress, saying that he's bringing these claims for the purpose of extorting large sums of money and that the claims are false and frivolous.
Now, I need to remind y'all that right now, all of these claims are just that. Claims. Nothing's been proven in court yet, and Diddy's lawyers are fighting back hard, calling everything baseless and nothing but a smear campaign. No charges have been filed, and this whole situation is still under investigation. It's like a complicated web of fame, power, and shocking allegations that has everybody watching closely. With such high stakes and powerful names involved, you know this story is going to keep unfolding. We're all sitting on the edge of our seats, waiting to see whose version of the truth comes out on top. Let us know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Trust me, this story is just getting started, and you do not want to miss the next jaw-dropping update.